speech, I guess. So in that sense, that's good. And what else happened? Deadlock at the UN. The Prime Minister of Sudan presented a peace plan to the UN proposing an RSF withdrawal and disarmament. The RSF, of course, rejected that. The SAF negotiator insists the war will only end with the RSF surrender and disarmament. In Nairobi, civilian leaders, including former PM Abdullah Hamdok and rebel leader Abdul Wahid Al Noor, signed a declaration of forming a new anti-war bloc attempt to claim political agency from the warring generals. These aren't good people either. Like all sides are basically bad. These are it's not like they're the good ones just because they're anti-war. There's no good side in Sudan right now. US pressures and sanctions, blah blah blah. Of course, yeah, the US would. Okay, they banned some people. ICC collocation historic verdict. The ICC sentenced former Popular Defense Forces Janjaweed leader Ali Koshab to 20 years in prison for war crimes committed in that for. Oh, so this shithead's being punished for something he did way back. Yeah, as you can probably tell, I'm not an expert, but I'm trying to report on it as much as I can. Not as much as I can, but I'm trying to bring some sort of awareness to it. There are people reporting on Twitter as well that help me help like that that may remind me as well of this stuff, and you can probably learn about it too. This was I'm just going through a series of articles because I'm not the expert here. Sudanese Armed Forces chief rejects compromises, funding cuts leave millions angry, and paramilitary sieges empty villages in Darfur and Kordofan. Head of the government, SAF, has insisted only end with the surrender of the RSF. General Abdul Fattah al-Burhan's maximalist stance against the revolutionary forces comes as the war-torn nation faces a collapse in humanitarian response. There's a lot of starvation, displacement, and the ghost towns are villages are turning into ghost towns, basically. The one of the leaders is not interested until the RSF is completely disarmed. So they're not at the position of negotiating. And again, both sides are pretty evil, but the RSF is by far the worst of the two. The war will end after arms are laid down. That's what he's saying. The UN chief again saying ceasefire like they are. Burhan's commentary covers a catastrophic and brutal reality on the ground in the city of Kosti, South Khartoum. 1,000 families are sleeping rough, surviving on little more than bread and boiled lentils. So yeah, that's the situation in many places. Because of that, other places are being deserted as people are trying to either escape the RSF, or when the RSF comes, then they basically just destroy entire villages. 12 million people across Sudan are embroiled in this, allegedly, according to this article release. So Kosti is a safer city, but there isn't a lot of aid or food coming in because of all the people coming in for seek safety. It has like destroyed their capacity to do anything about it, which is what happens a lot of the times in situations where there's a war zone and that you have one safe area where everyone migrates to. That area can't keep up, of course, with the growing demand. And international funding is collapsing as well. UN has halved its appeal for 2026 to $23 billion because of reduction from key donors US, UK, and Germany. Like apart from all the other shit the US is doing, they're also destroying the at least one of the like really good parts is sending aid, even if you uh, sometimes are party to some of the bad stuff that's happening, still at least sending aid helps people. And because of uh, the aid cuts, other countries I think are following suit. It's like another aspect of the destruction of international law that we're facing. And it was never enough in the past, so this is going to be even worse. Yeah, and that's the eight the eight cuts are going to be like another like what do you how do you say that? It will be another blunt like a hammer hitting on the poor refugees who don't have already facing so much. While hunger spreads, new military escalations are emptying vast swaths of the country. The humanitarian Al Jazeera's Arabic correspondent Hassan Razak reported that the humanitarian exodus is a direct result of expanding military operations, particularly in North Darfur and North Kordofan. There are two towns now completely empty of their inhabitants, but can be described as ghost towns due to the continuation of battles. In North Kordofan, the place that was seeing more action, as Al Jazeera reported, RSF is attempting to advance on the strategic city of Al Obeid. SAF has been expanding its defensive perimeters around the city. Uh, so it does seem like RSF is more on the offensive, and SAF is trying to just block and defend. They are like on the offensive themselves. Control of the town has fluctuated. She is first by the then retaken by SAF, illustrating the hit and run nature of the conflict in the region. Yeah, a lot of hundreds of thousands of people estimated dead, millions displaced. Please keep Sudan in your hearts and mind, and help them if it's possible. I don't know the avenues myself, but there are some people who are probably. I think the one that the UNICEF does for the children might help Sudan as well, but I don't know, so I don't want to say definitively. And no one's watching me anyways right now, so man, I said chill and I started on a heavy topic. And my internet's kind of wishy-washy as well. Yeah, I don't know what the hell's happening. I hope my mic sounds okay this time, because that's been an issue for me as well. Yep, more news on that. A camp spanning 500,000 square meters. Damn. Between December 14 and December 29, the camp expanded by 13,000 square meters, bringing its total area to about almost 200,000 square meters, according to satellite data.